portion of the video. And we're going to start out with the very basics. It's the 360 Iron Dome defense. The 360 defense is very common in Krav Maga, and I will demonstrate that shortly. But what we want to do is we associate it with the Iron Dome defense in Israel, which was collaborated by the United States of America to build this missile defense system. So the reason we have a visual of that is we don't block with a static block in Krav Maga. We don't take the full brunt of an attack on our forearm. It works if you're stronger, if you're very well trained, but an easier way we've seen is when you go and you shoot your forearm out and attack the attacker's arm, the soft part of their arm. Whether they have a knife, a blunt object, or a fist going out to attack will cause more damage on the forearm. And we can visualize that when a terrorist shoots a missile in Israel, the counter missile comes out and impacts that missile. So we want to think like that. When something comes to attack you, go out and defend aggressively and shoot in an attack. So let's start off with our very basic 360 defense. And go ahead and join me. What we're going to do is go 1, over the head. 2, fingers are together. 3, 4, protect your ribs. 5, 6, bend at the waist, and 7, right there. Okay? Let's go over it very briefly. Now, pop your wrists, or your fingers rather, and cause your forearms to flex as you do it, and extend your shoulder. Extend it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And lastly, we're going to go to the side view so you understand I'm not doing it at this angle. I'm coming around like a shield would be. We want to think of this as our shield. 1, 2, 3, 4, protect your ribs. 5, 6, and 7. Excellent. Now, we're not going to go over all 7. What we need to do is understand the principle of what we're doing. Then you're going to easily comprehend it. This is just a drill. And you can practice this to understand how you should be protected with 360 degrees of protection. Now we're going to go over the number 2, which is one of the most common angles that someone attacks here. So when we do that, making sure you get in your fighting stance here, feet are spread, and you're here. I'm going to go over that very basically. Feet are together. Turn to the side, step out, and here. My back heel is up. I'm going to turn sideways so you can get that visual. And we are not on a skateboard, meaning we're not lined up like this so you're wavering. You want width and the length of your walking stride, because Krav Maga is very natural. So from here, what you're going to do is visualize an attack coming at you, whether it's a knife, a blunt object, or a punch. And you're going to go from here, and you just step out with your hand up here. Visualize hitting. With me, go ahead, let's do 8 more. 3, 4, tuck the chin now, look through your eyebrows. 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. I'm going to do just 3 from the side view so you can see how my head is and it's not sticking up. You want to, like a turtle, bring it in, tuck your chin a little bit as you go out. 1, 2, being aggressive going forward, and last one, 3. So with that principle, all you're trying to do is put, ideally, the last part of your forearm, this bone, okay, right to the soft portions of this forearm that's attacking you like this or like that. You're trying to make an impact. It's not even about pain tolerance, because someone that's attacking you can have a high pain tolerance. But if you hit this part of the arm, it's going to cause a shock effect, and you know that if you've gone to the doctor. You can test reflexes from here. It's very sensitive, and we want that knife to get dislodged. We want the arm to get redirected, and making sure, especially for knife attacks, we have about 15 to 20 degree bend. Don't straighten it. The knife can come and still stab you here. We want the impact to bounce off, okay? So let's do that one more time here from the stance, and 1, be more aggressive, 2, breathe out, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. In the training portion, we're going to have a simulator where I'm coming at you with a knife, and you're going to be able to practice with me in that training portion. But for right now, I want you to be able to visualize an attack coming at you, you hitting that arm, and then we're going to go into the palm strike or elbow or whatever attack you're going to throw while simultaneously defending and attacking. So I'll see you in the striking portion where I'll teach you how to palm strike. Now that we've established the 360 defense, and what we're trying to do is impact that attacking arm that's coming at you, we need to add a striking technique. We're going to start out with the palm strike, which is very easy. It's good for novices especially, but it's also an advanced technique. It's both, because our hands are not created to punch. If you've ever checked your hand out, they have to be trained for impact. But right now, most people, if they punch the jaw or even the skull or the teeth, it'll cause massive damage to your hand. So the palm strike's the safest, but yet it still does a lot of damage. So we're going to hit with the heel palm here, right there at the bottom of the hand, top of your wrist, and we're going to claw out. Especially the ladies out there, you know about clawing, but you want to impact the chin and then aim for the cheeks. Impact the chin, aim for the cheeks. So from here up, all right? So you want an impact, so it gives a shock effect into the attacker. Then the fingers go into the cheek, not the eyes at first, because if they tilt their head, you're going to hit the eyebrows or the forehead. When you go for the cheeks first, even if they come down, you'll hit the eyes, but you can always find the eyes from the cheeks. You just slide them into the eyes and claw. Okay, you want to impact and claw. So let's do that same drill. We're here at shoulder width stance. You're going to come here and you're going to step forward into your fighting stance and punch out. Okay, let's come back and punch out. Good. Now add the fingers, punch out, and a little claw. Okay, and push into the eyes, impact, out. 6 more. 5 more. Last 4. Breathe out. Last 3. 2. And last one, keep that chin tucked. Good. Okay, 3 from the side so you can understand, keeping your chin down, hands up, elbows in, and as you step out, palm strike, claw. Palm strike. Last one, and visualize impacting the chin and then clawing the eyes. So now let's put together the number 2 defense and the 360 defense, the most common, one of the most common except for down here. So from up here, stepping out, and do that simultaneously. And 1, pause and visualize the attack. And we will be doing this in the training simulation later, but practice with me. Stepping out, left hand up, right hand out. Now get your chin down, look through your eyebrows and be aggressive. Breathing out, relax and breathe out. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very important to note, I'm not going out. I'm not going out. I'm going in, center line, then out. It's very common in fighting to understand the center line, going out, inward, then out. What that does is if someone comes wide with an attack, you're going to hit inside the arm. If they come straight in, what you'll do is you'll end up palming their fist and you can pin it to their chest. In the heat of an attack, you don't know what kind of attack, what angle it is. And you don't want to think during a fight. If you're at the ATM, you're thinking about getting money for your groceries, your mind's busy with daily activities. Then recognizing a threat, it can be startling. So when someone attacks you, you don't want to think, is it this angle or this angle? Just shoot it straight out and catch it. And have hope that it's going to catch something. If you do this right, you're going to at least get your hand or your arm on the attacker's arm, and that's what you want, and you want to impact that. Okay, let's actually do that 5 more times so you shoot straight out. And 1. Let's add the palms right now. 2. Now same time. 3. Breathing out. 4. 5. Good. Understand shooting out and then out. This is a very natural movement. If you've ever had anything thrown at you in your entire life, you've done this. You've put your hands up. So all you're doing is putting your hands up. The refining we're doing is tucking your chin and going into the attack rather than this, where they can keep hitting you. If you go in, it's going to limit what they can do. And plus you're going to be able to hit them with this attack. Let's go over 2 other options for an attack rather than the straight palm strike. You can go into an ear clap. What we're going to do, go ahead and clap your hands with me, like this, just clap. From here, if you cup your hands, you're going to hear a different sound. Very easy, right? So when you clap the ear, we're going for an ear clap. If you cup your hand, there's a chance that you can impact air into the eardrum and hopefully pop it and cause injury to the attacker. So what we're going to do is like those big cymbals in an orchestra. When we do this, we're going to put our hand out. We're not going to straighten it and do this. We're going to come out here and we're going to clap the ear. Very simple. 3, 4, 5. Now do it with the defense. It's still the same. And 6. Breathe out. 7. 8. Tuck your chin. 9. And 10. Good. Always keeping your chin tucked and being very aggressive. One more attack would be here, a vertical palm strike. If they're very close, you can always do this. Even if someone grabs you, you impacting the arm, it may not be the hardest, strongest attack, but you're going to make some impact on them. So vertical palm strike, all that is, instead of the fingers mainly and the thumb, it's just the thumb you're impacting right here. And then the thumb goes on the cheek, just like the fingers. You slide into the eye. So let's do that for 5. Here, chin, thumb to the cheek. 4 more, just the vertical. And notice you can go up and in. Last 2, because if they're very close to you, this might be preferable because I can get my arm much closer. Let's do it with the defense. Always bring in your arm. It doesn't matter if they're very close, hitting, impacting their arm or shoulder or whatever you impact to get them back. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. So that concludes the extra striking. And what we're going to do is put that together in the training simulator. And we're going to do overhand knife attack at one angle. We're going to come on at a different angle. So I'm Coach Ron. I'll see you in the training portion. So we're we're gonna do an outer knife strike. Go ahead, nice and slow, out, boom. So this is very common to come out. What we wanna do, as we showed you in the 360 defense, we're hitting with the forearm here. Ideally, you wanna impact with these last 2 or 3 inches of your forearm, right here. Right to the inner part, the sensitive parts here. Let's go again, very slow, and impact. Notice I'm going in and extending my shoulder and really trying to cause trauma or limb destruction to this area. Again, nice and slow, and here. Ideally it's here, but notice you're protected here, even down to here. And we're at a bent arm. Never straighten your arm with a knife, a sharp object here. So let's do that again. We're gonna simulate, and I'm gonna go very slow. Go ahead and do this with me. And 1, and real slow again. And 2, shuffle in, head down, look through your eyebrows, and the knife attack, and here, good. 7 more. You should be doing this with me. Make sure you're off the couch and do the simulation. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. So now we're gonna add that palm strike where you're hitting with the heel of the palm. Remember, you're hitting for the chin and then eye gouge. Make sure you aim for the cheek so that it can slide into the eye, because if they dip their head, you're gonna hit the forehead. Always hit the cheek, the chin, and then hit the cheek. Then claw in, okay? Same thing, let's do 10 with me, nice and slow, go ahead. And shuffle in, impact, edge. Again, impact the chin and edge into the eyes. 8 more. Good. Last 4. Last 3. 2. And 1. Okay? So just to verify, with the training partner, you have to be very careful. What I recommend you do at first, go ahead. Here, punch past near your arm on this side. Make sure you're punching past here. Now we're gonna do a shuffle step in. It's very important that you learn this. So as he strikes, boom, shuffle in, recock your punch here, and go deep. Stretch the shoulder out. That negates this knife strike again, because you're stretching the shoulder. A knife has to recoil and strike. So going slow, you're gonna go here. Don't hop, just shuffle in, recock, and hit again. 8 more. 1. With me, here. 5 more. Notice I'm getting at an angle, slight angle. Good. Let's do 3 more. 2. And 1. Good. So we'll try it from the other angle so that you can continue your training with us. And we're gonna do the exact same thing, okay? We're gonna do 5, just regular, and I'll do 1 hit. Go ahead, nice and slow, and 1. 2, tuck your chin. Good. And last one. Good. Now I'm gonna do the shuffle step in. When I say get deep, that means to stretch that shoulder back. Keep pressing the attack. Here, and nice and slow, and do this with us. Should be simulating it. And last 3. 2 and 1. Good. Nice and relaxed. All right. The last one we're gonna do is full speed. Okay. So be very aggressive. We're gonna do 5 of these full speed and explode. Go ahead. drive your arm, stretch their shoulder out. And one more. Huzzah! Good, and you want to make that yell, okay? So that concludes our first simulator for overhand knife strike, number 1 angle, a wide strike. I'll see you in training simulator 2. Training simulator 2 for direct knife attack. So instead of the wide arcing one, what we're doing is this one, which is very common. So this can be very scary. So remember, you're doing the same defense. I don't have to think about going wide and then narrow. I go center line, and if it's wide, it's gonna catch this way. If it goes narrow, you're gonna catch this way. Okay, so let's do that, nice and narrow, and go. Here, keep that center line, here, and go. Here, same thing. And right. You should be doing this with me and catch that knife. And it's very scary. You're going to take an angle. I'm going off to the side a little bit, about an inch, and getting off center track. And 3 more. Good, and slowly. 2 and 1. Now let's add the strike. Once you're not going to try to strike at the same time, but this one you're going to feel the catch and then pin and push it. Push the arm. Okay, I'm going to do 1 palm strike. Do it with me. Good. This time it's a 1, 2. And 3 more. 2 and 1. Okay, so let's do that with 2 hits. And pin that arm so it can't retract to stab you again. And 2 more. Not to relax. And 1. So you can see this is not a different move. You're shooting straight out, and then your arm realizes you recognize that this is a straight, so you're just going to push and pin it. There are more advanced moves here. You can redirect and do that, but most of your family members that don't train just need this. Here is practical knife defense. So from here, we're pinning and drive. And yes, they can go low, but what you're doing is you're creating an offensive, defensive move here. You're attacking, simultaneously defending and attacking. So now we're going to simulate that and go a little more aggressive. Go ahead and go. Should be doing this with us. 1 more. 3, 2, and 1. Huzzah! Here. So, just to recap, we're going to do it from the second angle and do it with us again. And nice and slow. 1 attack here, pin, and just shuffle forward while pinning the knife. And just 2 more. And good. Okay, that concludes training simulator number 2, straight angle knife, and I'll see you in part 3. This is training simulator part 3. We're going to do an outside followed by an inside. Just nice and slow, just follow along with us so you can get your body mechanics. Remember, extend that shoulder to be aggressive and impact that forearm. I want you to do limb destruction. Okay, shall we begin? From outside, nice and easy. Palm strike, 1. Good, narrow. Palm strike. Good, nice and slow. Outside. Inside. Side. Inside. I'm still shooting the same angle, straight, and my body recognizes at the point of contact what kind of knife strike it is. Two more. Last one. Here. Good. Let's do it from another angle. Angle 2, and we'll do 5 of those. Do it with us. We want you prepared. Okay, nice and notice how my hand comes out the same exact way, and on the last moment it recognizes what kind of strike it is. Good. Good. And relax. So that's Training Simulator 3. I just want to recap. In a very aggressive, scary situation, you will not know whether it's going to be a wide arc or narrow. But if you shoot straight, just keep shooting straight. When you make contact, you'll be able to recognize and just turn it out if it's an outward, or you'll get hands on that knife. And you may get a cut, you might get a little stab, but what we're doing is not trying to not get cut. We're trying to not get stabbed like this. And this is what kills people, this constant action. And even if this cut here a little bit, it's taking the power away, and you're doing an aggressive attack and a big push or a disarm if you can grab the knife. These stitches you can get done later, but we're preventing this. Okay, I'll see you in Training Simulator 4. Thank you. Okay, let's finish up with this training simulator. We're going to go basically through what we've done, but with me at the camera. So make sure you're off the couch and just come on up and join me, okay? So we're going to start the outside angle and do 10. Go ahead and do the defense and even the palm strike if you're led, okay? Eight more. Okay, make sure you make contact right here and hitting that face. Eye gouge right after you palm strike the chin. Let's do 5 more. Okay. I want to hear a loud huzzah. Yell out and go. Good. Let's do one more. Yell out huzzah. Ready? And huzzah. You need to yell. Release those adrenal glands. Okay, I'm going to do 5 now. Very aggressive. Are you ready? 3 more. And yell out huzzah. Huzzah! Okay, you should be very aggressive. From there, we're going to go into the next portion. Okay, segment 2, we're going to do a straight stab for 10. Nice and easy. Make sure you palm that and pin it. Get a hand on that wrist and push it forward and strike the face. do 3 more. 2. And yell out Hazak. Hazak! Good. Now 5 very aggressive, full speed. Are you ready? Last one, yell out, Hazak! Good. Okay, that's end of segment 2. Segment 3, I'm going to methodically come here, then the next one's here. We're gonna do 5 sets. Okay, make sure you're palm striking, and then this time I want you to shuffle in. Don't hop, shuffle in, and I want this arm either pushed back or this pinned up, and I want you to break their structure by pushing them back. Either like this or like that. Let's begin simulation. Go. Push back, double palm strike. Push it, drive, and hit the face. Again. Stay focused. Push them back, push the arm. Pin it, protect it. Here. And keep driving. Last one. Here. Drive the arm back so they can't stab again and hit them. Last one on the straight and pin it. Excellent. Okay. Next simulator, I'm going to do a random, whether it's here, outside, or straight. Okay, are you ready? And keep striking. Multiple strikes, drive in. And this is the last one. Drive that arm back so they can't stab you again and keep hitting. Very good. Now I'm going to do explosive. And be ready. I want you to pin it and shoot straight forward. Go ahead. I'm simulating actually getting struck in the face. I'm going to try to stab twice. Make sure you pin that arm. If you don't pin that arm back and drive back, they're going to stab you again. Keep going. Push that arm back. Keep striking the face. Good. And that ends our simulation training. Thank you. So nice and slow. Good. Get that forearm right on there. Good. Pinning it, going straight. Good. Try not to grab, just pin it. Okay, double hit, be aggressive. Last 2. Good. And 1.
Good. All right, thank you. All right, to those out there, this is a final note. As you can see, that was realistic training. I didn't tell my student Michael here, who served in the Marines, served at Guantanamo Bay, that what angle I was going to stab him at. So even when I came at here, at this angle, he missed the arm, but he got the shoulder, and I didn't have much power to stab him with. It might have cut him here, but the whole thing is we're not getting these hard punctures, these very brutal punctures, and not leaning back so they can do it again out of fear. He got in close, and I tried to stab again. But when training with a partner, make sure it's very safe and slow. He's been my student for a little bit, and we have an understanding. He has great discipline from the Marines. Our U.S. Branches of service are very disciplined. I'm U.S. Navy myself, and a shout out to the veterans out there. We want people protected. So if you're training with someone, we're going to have another video. It's going to be our third video. Our second one's going to be low knife stabs. Our third one's going to be higher level. We're going to have things like soccer shin guards, eye protection. Don't do this at home unless you know what you're doing. Do not even grab a knife simulator. You could poke someone's eye out. We're highly trained, and I didn't just start yesterday. So be very careful. Just do it with the video and then slowly progress. We'll have that other content out for you if you want to continue to train with us. And on a final note here, my heart is just to have people protected. I'm not here to make people, my students known, or me just for accolades. I just want to be known that I'd love to be your coach and your teacher. Me and my students are here to serve you and your family. And we hope that that day never comes that someone attacks you, but if they do, we want you as prepared as possible. So thank you for training with us. I'm Coach Ron. If you continue to allow me to be your coach, I'll do my best to care for your needs in the areas of fitness, health, safety, and protection. So goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.